Okay, this is one of those news stories that sounds like it came straight out of a fake feed, like you're scrolling TikTok at 2 a.m. Iran and the United States. Peace. War over. Boom. And you stop for a second and think, okay, either something truly historic just happened, or we're all misreading reality. In the last 48 hours, several international sources have reported a preliminary agreement between the United States and Iran to end the conflict that began in late February. The first to speak publicly was Pakistani Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif, who openly referred to a reached agreement, while from the United States came political confirmation of a memorandum of understanding attributed to Donald Trump, with the official signing scheduled for June 19th in Switzerland. Now, the first important thing, this is not a final peace deal. It is a framework, a preliminary agreement. In simple terms, it's like when two people argue intensely, then stop shouting at each other, but still haven't decided who is right. And within this temporary pause, there are several major moves. First, an immediate ceasefire on all fronts, meaning not only between Iran and the US directly, but also in all connected areas of the conflict, including Lebanon, where Iran's influence has historically been significant. Second, the opening of the Strait of Hormuz without tolls. And here we are not talking about a detail, but about one of the most important choke points on the planet for global oil flows. Third, the removal of the US naval blockade in the region. Fourth, easing of economic sanctions and the possible unfreezing of Iranian assets, along with a gradual resumption of Iranian oil exports. And this is where the market reacted exactly as you would expect when it hears the word peace, reverse panic. Oil prices dropped rapidly as investors began pricing in a reduced geopolitical risk. In simple terms, less fear of war equals lower oil prices. But be careful, because this does not mean stability. It only means that for now, tensions have eased. And the interesting part starts here. This agreement does not solve the real underlying issues. The biggest and most sensitive one remains completely open, which is Iran's nuclear program. It is not resolved here. It is postponed to later negotiations of around 60 days. Along with that, there are still unresolved issues involving regional militias and security in areas like Lebanon. So yes, there is a ceasefire, but the reasons the conflict started in the first place have not disappeared. And this completely changes how we understand the situation. Because there are three possible scenarios ahead. In the first, the optimistic one, the truce holds, nuclear negotiations move forward, and we slowly see stabilization in the Middle East with a gradual lifting of sanctions and Iran's return to global energy markets. In the second scenario, the most realistic one, also the one many analysts consider most likely, this is a fragile de-escalation phase. No open war, but constant tension, long negotiations, and continuous risk of crisis. In the third scenario, the worst one, a single event, an attack in Lebanon, a failed nuclear negotiation, or a military provocation, could collapse everything and push the conflict back to much higher levels than before. And so the most important thing to understand is this. We are not witnessing the end of a war, but a pause inside a much larger and more complex war. A pause that may look like peace, that markets are already treating like peace, but that is still extremely fragile politically. And maybe the real question is not whether this agreement is historic, but whether it is truly a turning point, or just the calm before the next global geopolitical shock.